Hello and welcome to TK24 Sports. Time up on today's show, we are talking about the Europa League. We've already covered the Champions League and now we're going to talk about the Europa League. Yes, the little brother of the Champions League, where people think that this is just a distraction for, the Champions League. But to me, the Europa League offers a path to the Champions League and a trophy you should really and truly invest your time in. The teams should invest their time in this, because if they don't qualify domestically or win their league, at least winning this trophy will get you a path straight to the Champions League. And that's why I feel it's a very important trophy to win if your team competes in it. Now, we're going to look at some of the games, but not all of the games, of course, because the Europa League just covers too many games. So the game that stood out to us here at TK24 Sports kicking off, of course, is Celtic. They drew away from home against Rennes 1-1. Great result for Celtic. They've done really well. And they normally struggle in European nights, and they struggle to get into the Champions League against a team that wasn't that hard. But that's nothing new for Celtic, in my opinion. I guess it's just the league they play in. And, they played each other 4 times. It says a lot that there's just not much competition there. So when they come up against great opposition, of course they're going to have to turn it on. And they did, away from home. Well done to you. Then moving on, you then have Rangers winning 1-0 against Feyenoord. I think that was a fantastic result for Rangers and Steven Gerrard there. Well done to you. Arsenal winning away from home 3-0, second clean sheet of this season. They made a couple of surprise changes. Of course, they look more solid at the back. They did have a lot of shots at goal against them, and they could have been 1 or 2 down before they scored their goal. But I guess, sometimes you get this luck, and apart from that, they just look great going forward. And Arsenal missed a handful of chances as well to win the game more comfortably. They could have won it by 6 goals. But the 3 goals they did score were 3 excellent goals. Joe Willock scored, it was a bit of a deflected goal. And then, of course, Saka scored his screamer of a goal. And then Saka then made the assist for Aubameyang to score his goal from the open goal that he missed himself. Quite embarrassing. Aubameyang, he did look very lethargic, and he looked like he didn't really want to be there yesterday. But apart from that, that was it really, apart from that in that game. And then if you look at the other game that stood out to us, which was, of course, Wolves losing at home to Braga 1-0. Wolves got battered by Chelsea 5-2 at the weekend, and then they lost this game. I was quite surprised that they would. But Wolves did have chances, and Patrick Cutrone, you've got to take your chances much more. If you're going to get more starts, more reps, more minutes for Wolves, you're going to have to pay him back in dividends, which is, of course, your main priority, scoring goals. And Wolves, you do look like a former shadow of yourself from last year. You guys were on fire last year. Not a lot of teams wanted to play you at home. You were controlling the situation. You controlled the narrative. This time round, it doesn't look that way. You look more... maybe you're feeling yourself a bit too much, and I think there's something you're going to have to do to get right. You can put it right this weekend coming up, and that's down to you and your team, and you brought in a few players, but you just don't look like the team that you did last season. Now, we made a bold prediction in our last show on who is going to win the Champions League, which we picked Atletico Madrid, and they'll be facing Manchester City in the final, in my opinion. So now we're going to go and pick out an outright winner, should I say, for the Europa League. And looking at all the teams, looking at match day 1, my final will be Arsenal. And it all depends if they don't get drawn against the next team I'm going to pick. But I can see it being another all-English final. I can see it being an Arsenal and United final. And I think Arsenal will go on and win this one. I think Arsenal just have the stronger squad. They have a better manager, even though both managers are not that great. Squad-wise, again, I say United have the better. Arsenal have the better squad. They have a better firepower, and defensively, they're both pretty much the same. And they're both not as great in defence. Midfield, Arsenal kind of edge it as well. But that's my opinion, and I would love to know your opinion. So please leave your comments below as to who you think is going to win Europa League this season, who the finalists are going to be. Now, of course, it's not going to be back next week. It's the week after in October for match day 2 for the Europa League as well as the Champions League. So you won't see any more European action football from TK24 Sports for the next 2 weeks. But we may do another show in that time. But anyway, thank you for watching today. You've been great. And again, this is TK24 Sports. See you very soon.